This is the model of an articulated foot showing the tarsus and metatarsal bones. This is the model for the right foot. There are 7 tarsal bones and 5 metatarsal bones and 14 phalanges in each foot. This here is the talus bone having a trochlea. This is the calcaneum bone which forms the heel. In front of talus, this is the navicular bone, board shape. This cuboid shaped bone laterally is the cuboid. These are the 3 cuneiform: medial, intermediate and lateral cuneiform. Medial cuneiform is towards the first metatarsal. These are the 5 metatarsal bone and these are the 14 phalanges. On the first digit we have 2 phalanges, distal and proximal phalanx, while the rest of 4 lateral toes have 3 phalanges in each toe, which are proximal, middle and distal phalanx. The talus bone is divided into a head, a neck and the body. This is the head of the talus, which is located anteriorly and articulates with the navicular bone. This is constricted part of the talus is the neck of the talus, and this remaining is the body of the talus having a trochlea in its superior surface. This trochlea articulates with the inferior surface of the tibia, inferior articular surface of the tibia, and receive the weight of the body from the tibia. On each side of the trochlea, talus receive medial and lateral malleolus, medial malleolus from the tibia and lateral malleolus from the fibula. Posteriorly on the talus bone, there is a groove for the passage of the tendon of flexor hallucis longus muscle. This groove is flanked medially and laterally by a tubercle, which you can clearly see on this model. This is the more prominent tubercle which is on the lateral side of the foot. This is the lateral tubercle, and a lesser prominent tubercle on the medial side. This is the groove for the passage of the tendon of flexor hallucis longus muscle. The calcaneus, which is the heel bone, is the largest and the strongest bone of the foot. Superior articular surface of the calcaneum articulated with the talus bone, and the anterior articular surface here is articulating with the cuboid bone. Calcaneum is articulating with the talus superiorly and cuboid bone anteriorly. The calcaneum has a medial shelf-like projection, this one, which is called as a stentaculum talli. This is the stentaculum talli. This shelf-like projection supports the head of the talus and it projects from the superior border of the medial surface of the calcaneum bone. The posterior part of the calcaneum has this large calcaneal tuberosity. This tuberosity has medial, lateral and anterior tubercle. This is the medial tubercle. This is the lateral tubercle. And this will be the anterior tubercle. This is the navicular bone, which is a board-shaped bone. It articulates posteriorly with the head of the talus, and anteriorly it articulates with the 3 cuneiform bones. The medial surface of the navicular bone projects inferiorly to form the navicular tuberosity. This is the navicular tuberosity. This is the cuboid bone, which is cubical in shape. This cuboid bone is articulating with the cuneiform bone and calcaneum bone. Cuneiform bones medially, calcaneum posteriorly, and with the metatarsal bone anteriorly. On the posterior side of the cuboid bone, there is a groove for the passage of the tendon of fibularis longus muscle. The 3 cuneiform bones are medial, which is towards first metatarsal bone, and the one in the center is the intermediate cuneiform, and the one on the lateral side is the lateral cuneiform. These cuneiform bones are wedge-shaped, and they are articulated with the bases of the metatarsals anteriorly and navicular bone posteriorly. These are the 5 metatarsal bones. Each metatarsal bone has a head, a body and a base. The first metatarsal bone of the foot is stouter as compared to the rest of the metatarsal bone. It is shorter and stouter. The second metatarsal bone is longest of all. This is the tuberosity of the 5th metatarsal bone, and this here is the tuberosity of the first metatarsal bone. There are 14 phalanges. For the big toe we have only 2 phalanges, proximal and distal, and rest of the 4 digits we have proximal, middle and distal phalanx. Each phalanx has a head, a body and a base, just like a metatarsal bone. Base is directed proximally, the head is distally, and the body in the middle.